If you're sitting there with a list of things that you know you could help people with, and you're wondering which one of these is going to be my 2026 coaching offer, I want to stop you right there. So many coaches are getting this process backwards, and it is costing them months, sometimes years, of spinning their wheels. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to decide on an offer so that you can stop second guessing yourself and start signing clients. My name is Debbie Shadid. I've helped over 10,000 coaches not only build but grow profitable, successful boutique style coaching businesses. Let's talk about your offer. I first want to start out by telling you something that might surprise you. Your offer doesn't need to be perfect. In fact, I want to tell you that your offer that you're making right now is not going to be your final offer. What it has to be is clear enough for you to talk about it and valuable enough that somebody will pay you for it. You guys hear me on that? You do not need a course to make an offer. That is a bunch of time that you are using that is wasted time. I watch so many brilliant women get stuck in this stage. Sometimes they spend weeks, even a couple of years building an offer, recording videos, making workbooks, all kinds of things. They have the expertise and the life experience and the certifications, but they have paralyzed themselves, but they are holding themselves back, trying to figure out how to get the right offer, trying to create an offer that they've never even coached anyone through. So here's what I need you to understand. The right offer isn't something that you figure out in your head or that you do ahead of time. It's something that you're going to discover through conversations with real people, but you need a starting point. So let me give you a framework that's going to help you cut through all of the confusion. It is my 3-circle framework. You're going to have to get creative here and use your imagination. I want you to imagine, though, that there are 3 circles that overlap. So a Venn diagram, you guys know what that is. The first circle is going to be that thing that you're so good at. It doesn't mean that you have to be certified. It's just what your genius skills in, okay? What is that thing? I know you already know what it is. What do people come to you for? What are your friends and your family and your colleagues naturally asking you for support with? That is the place that you build your business from. That is where your zone of genius is. The second circle is what you love. What lights you up? What topics could you talk about for hours without ever getting tired of it? What problems do you actually enjoy solving? Here's the truth. If you don't love it, you're not going to stick with it. Building a business is hard enough without dreading to do the work itself. Now, I also want to caution you though. The third circle is about what people will pay you for. We do have to get that right. So sometimes coaches will come to me and they'll say, well, like, here's what I'm really good at, but I'm tired of that. And I'll say, well, okay, but do you have to make money in your business? They're like, yeah. Okay, well, we might have to do some of what you're tired of doing or that you don't want to do if you really need to make money in your business. You guys hear me on that? So that third circle is, what are people going to pay you for? And this is where a lot of coaches really get it wrong. And this is specifically what I'm talking about. You might be passionate about something. You might even be good at it. But if nobody is willing to pay for that thing, then there's going to be a problem. You're not even going to have a business. You might even not have a hobby. Your offer lives where those 3 circles overlap. Are you guys following me on this? The first circle is what you are good at, that thing that people come to you for, the place where you really are a genius. The second circle is what you love, but that third circle we cannot overlook. It is what people will pay you for. Your best offer for 2026 is going to lie right there in the middle of that. So now let's get practical. You might be good at helping people lose weight, manage stress, and improve their sleep. You might even love talking about stress management because you've been through burnout and you know how life-changing it is to get it under control. And you know that people will pay for help with stress because you've seen other coaches who are doing it successfully. But stress management, it is very broad. But here's how you get more specific. Who exactly do you want to help? Is it working moms, corporate executives, women who are going through menopause, teachers of elementary students? Can you see how much more specific that is? We first talked about you being a health coach that could help people with weight loss and stress and burnout, improve their sleep. But if you narrow it down to where you are talking to somebody very specifically, everything else in your business is going to get easier. The marketing that you do will become easier because you're going to know who you're talking to. The content becomes easier because you're going to understand their specific struggles and you can address them. The sales conversations that you have will become easier because you're going to speak directly to what that client actually needs. So here's the thing. When you can help a very specific person, you're going to attract the right one. When you are trying to help everyone, you're going to attract no one. Please hear me on this. When you are directly speaking to that one person is going to be like, oh, she is reading my mind. When I talk to coaches over 50, female coaches, and I say, look, I know what you're thinking. You're saying, I'm terrible at the tech. Like, I hate putting myself out there on social media. You know what happens when I have consultation calls with people who have watched those same YouTube videos? They're like, well, you were talking about my problem specifically. You're right. I'm terrible at tech and I hate the idea of putting myself out there on social media. That's what happens when you get specific. So you will be reaching people and they will hear you. Here's what I want you to do. Just test your offer. Complete this sentence for me. I help, and then think of the specific group of people or the specific person. Go from where they are right now to where they want to be. Could you complete that sentence? If you can fill in those blanks with clarity, you have an offer. If it's vague and confusing and you're stumbling around on what you're saying, then you need to keep refining your offer. Let me give you a good example. You could say, I help women manage stress, which again is way too vague. Or you could say, I help corporate women in their 50s go from being completely exhausted and overwhelmed to energized and in control of their schedule. Can you see the difference? The first one, it could be anyone, right? The second one is very specific. That woman that you're talking to in the second one, she's like, okay, check. I'm over 50. I am exhausted. I am overwhelmed. And oh my goodness, I need to get control of my schedule and be energized again. That woman knows you are talking to them. So I know that you are worried about choosing the wrong one. And I hear this all the time. This is one more thing that gets women stuck. But you should know that your offer is not what you are going to have forever. I do talk about building a business for a lifetime, but the offer that you are creating today is just a starting point. Some of the most successful coaches, their offer actually evolves with them. And that is what is going to happen for you. The only real mistake is you not deciding on one. Because while you're waiting for that certainty, someone else with less experience than you is out there helping your clients, the ones that you should be serving. So let's talk about the price. I know I mentioned that this is that third piece of the Venn diagram, and I really want to help you on that because this could trip you up and keep you from getting clients. Your offer isn't just what you do, it's also what you charge. Okay? You're going to solve a problem, but price has something to do with it. And here's what I'm going to direct you to do. If you are building this boutique style coaching business that I talk about, you cannot charge bargain basement prices and survive. The math simply will not work out. And I'm not saying that you should charge premium high ticket prices. You can do that one day, but what I am saying is that you should respect yourself enough, you should value what you do enough to charge enough that you will have a real business. You'll burn out by trying to serve too many people, and you will actually resent your clients when you do not charge them enough. I can tell you from firsthand experience in the beginning of my business, when I was just making any kind of offer because I thought that I had to discount it, I was mad at clients. Like they were asking me questions, what I thought was too many questions for what they paid. Listen, let's be real. I'm the one that offered the price. So don't do that to yourself. You don't want to resent the business that you're building because you'll just quit. So as you are deciding on this offer, think about the transformation you provide. Think about what it is worth to somebody. Not what you think you deserve, but what it really creates for the person. I'm trying to help you learn how to sell your offer. If you help somebody land their dream job, what is that worth? If you help somebody save their marriage and avoid a divorce, what is that worth? If you help somebody finally lose the weight that they have been carrying around for the last 20 years, what is that worth? I can tell you because that happened for me. I'm telling you what, price from the value of that kind of transformation, not from your insecurities about being a new coach. The only person that knows you're a new coach is you. You're the only one who has that thought or who is saying that. The person on the other end doesn't know that you don't have a fully booked calendar. So your action step right now is right after this video, I'm going to take out a piece of paper. I want you to draw those 3 circles. Write down what you're good at in that first circle. Then write down what you love. And then write down what people will pay for and look at where the overlap is. Then write out that transformational statement that I talked about. Who you help, that specific person, and what they're going to go from that point A to point B. Do not overthink this. Give yourself like 15 minutes. I always set the timer on my iPhone. Set a timer and just get it done, okay? Because done is perfect, and then later you can refine it. Done is perfect for today. So I want to hear from you. Drop in the comments what you have in mind. What's the transformation that you help your clients achieve? I read every single comment and I would love to hear what you're working on. And also, I want to encourage you to opt in to something that I've just created. It is your first client conversation guide. Since we're talking about creating a first offer, comment the word client and I will send you a script for getting your first 3 clients. So if this was helpful, make sure that you subscribe. I'm so excited about the content that I have prepared for the next few weeks. I want to make sure that you don't miss any of it. So please hit the bell and subscribe. I put out new videos every week, in fact, 2 times a week, to help you build a coaching business that you will love. A boutique style coaching business that actually works without feeling overwhelmed by tech, without being burned out on social media. So hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything else. Remember, your offer does not have to be perfect. It has to be clear. It has to be valuable. So start there and everything will get easier. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great week. Bye-bye.